So, fuck your God. Fuck your God. Fuck your God, God damn it. Yeah, this is Matthew of the Odd Atheist Friends. Over there in one of the biggest flyover fucking states there is Eric. Hi, Eric.
Hey, Matthew.
What's going on?
You know, I love how you question our tagline after we've been doing it for, I don't know, 45 episodes.
I just think it's kind of funny. It's like, wait a minute, fuck your God? No, fuck your God. No, fuck your God. I was kind of doing it kind of like argumentative a little bit. At least I thought I was.
Oh,
Unless that was only in my own head, which is entirely a possibility.
It's okay. I like it.
So, but yeah, fuck your God.
Fuck my God.
Fuck your God. So it's like 30 degrees. We've got 4 inches of snow in the last 4 hours here in Batman Funny Annex. So what's it like at Batman Funny main studios in North Dakota?
Well, in North Dakota, it's
North Dakota, eh?
North Dakota. I said that the other day by accident. I said Dakota, and I was like, "Oh no, it's happening! I'm turning into a Midwesterner." Help me! It's
no, don't. Bad juju.
Look, it's either I'm gonna sound like that or like this. So I don't know.
Stop.
I gotta pick one. Anyway, in North Dakota, you're right. I don't know what I am, but it's 23 degrees, real feel of 5 because of the wind. And when I was outside earlier, there was like a few like snowflakes, but it's just basically the 2 feet of snow we've had are just there and iced over, and they're gonna be like that for the rest of forever. So
it's 31 degrees here and a 14-mile-an-hour wind. So real feel probably about 25. But we got about 4 inches of snow, at least here, like I said, at Batman Funny Annex. So I shoveled the driveway today and brushed off the car and started it to get it to warm up for about 15 minutes and, got all that stuff done. So did all of that. Why are you messing with your views there? Are you trying to get the cactus in?
No, I'm trying to. That's weird. I'm just
Are you trying to get the cactus in? I didn't even think about that until I said that.
I like it. I was trying to get the lighting better because sometimes the camera picks up the light wrong. I don't know. It looks bad. I don't care. Speaking of this cactus, look at this cactus light that one of our favorite listeners and guests gave us.
One of our patrons too.
Our patrons too. Like our number one patron, I think, to be honest. She's been there through it all. Anyway.
Yeah, Molly. We love the Molly.
If you listen to the show, you understand the joke. But if you're not listening, if you're not watching and you're just listening like most people, I'm holding a cactus lamp that's about 6 inches tall, very girthy, and has 2 little side things that make it look like a rabbit vibrator. But it's just a little light. It's very cute, and she sent it to me for Christmas along with a couple other things, and I'm super grateful.
And the light changes color too.
Yeah, it changes color. It's super cute.
I like that they got I like that the light changes, and the light changes in intensity too. Mm-hmm. So I like that. That's really nice. It's a LED. What is that? Probably like a 2 AAA batteries or something like that.
I don't know. I think it's those little small batteries because they're not ones I change. But
okay. But anyways, it's super cute.
Super cute. And it's like our show mascot. I need to redraw our thing and have a cactus in it, I think. And also give myself facial hair. Speaking of, I shaved my face yesterday. Like, it's not 100% off, but like I shaved most of it. Like,
did you trim it down?
Yeah, I trimmed it down to like a 1. And then I shaved it to like shape the bottom part.
Okay.
But I was going to shave all of it off. And then I was like, well, then I'm not going to get red properly, probably. And it's just going to be very frustrating for me. So, yeah.
To be honest, like, I'd say if you trim it down to like a 2 or a 3, like a 3-day stubble kind of a thing, that it would be good. Because that way then you can just keep it that way. And then you can just trim up the neckline to just keep the neckline trim. And also trim up your cheeks too. So, because like I got like a couple of like random hairs like in the middle. And I keep having to pull them or trim them. I don't really shave very much. I gotta trim it up because it's starting to get shaggy, and my gray is really starting to come through. So
Mm-hmm.
I gotta trim it up.
I'm just still waiting for some parts of it to come in the right way, so hopefully I'll get there.
I've still got like parts like here in like the hollow of my neck that are just a little thin, and
Mm-hmm.
like right here in the corners of my mouth that are just a little thin, and they just don't connect. And
Yeah.
so if it's longer, I can make it look like they connect, but they don't. So it's just the thing of being Irish and Scottish. It's just that sometimes my facial hair just isn't very full. Some people got it really full, and I don't. I just don't.
Well, I'm hoping mine comes through for me. We'll see.
We'll see. Good luck.
Thanks. Also, I dyed my hair blue again because it was faded. So now it's like really blue.
I dig it.
Thanks.
I
I'm a
dig it.
fan.
I saw that you did your 10 years ago versus now picture.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
amazingly different, by the way.
Well, yeah. In the first picture, I'm covered in flour. So it's a really weird picture, first off. But I am like, I have long hair and it's really weird, to be honest.
No, but you can definitely see like the more masculine, and it's really amazing to see. It's
Yeah.
really quite transformative.
What a transition.
I haven't done mine yet, but I think I got a couple of pictures that are close. I think one of two, like me in uniform, or I don't really have much in the way of me in civilian clothes. There's a
Hmm.
couple, but I don't know. I'm sure I can probably dig something up.
Yeah. Well, cool.
So what's up with gay stuff and trans stuff?
Okay, stuff interesting. Well, I have a funny story that's not super relevant to the news, but
Okay.
so I was taking a client into our food pantry and they were getting some food and stuff, and he was like, "Dude, my nuts hurt," and I was like, "Okay, sorry," and he's like, "Do you ever just like sit on your nuts?" I was like, no, I don't.
That's a
And
thing that sometimes happens. Sometimes like your underwear is too tight, and so it's like your nuts
yeah,
can get crushed. It happens.
I'm sure it does. I was just like, it doesn't happen to me. And he's like, how? And I was like, I don't have nuts. And he's like, what? How is that possible? And
That's
I was,
amazing that he gendered you correctly.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's honestly, it happens most of the time now. And I guess I mostly get read as a gay man, to be honest. And he was like, I was wondering if you were gay. And I was like, well, I'm gay and I'm trans. And it was just the funniest thing.
That's pretty amazing and funny too.
Yeah, it was great. But as far as trans news, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the news a whole lot, to be honest. It's just kind of upsetting, and I'm just waiting for a new president. Anyway.
Well, we did see you posted that link to an article about the two women who beat up a trans woman in the
Oh,
bathroom and they got arrested.
yeah,
The
that was
one
in North Carolina, in Raleigh.
the one woman on the right, as I'm looking, as I can see the picture, she looked like she was kind of smiling, like she was fucking proud of that she did it. The other one looked like she was like ashamed that she got arrested,
Hmm.
but the other one looked kind of proud of it. She's like, I fucking beat that bitch up.
Yeah, I hate people. And yeah, that's an article from where I was living for like 5 years, so that's exciting.
Wow.
Yeah, I do have to like that does make me think about how as a trans person and being a trans guy, I am on the much safer end of the spectrum because I'm much less likely to get attacked and murdered and all of that. Like it's still a possibility for sure, but much less so than if I was a trans woman. So I have to remember that I have that kind of privilege in the trans world, and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, like the couple of times that you came by and you stayed at Chicago, Like we went into the bathroom and that kind of stuff, and it's like I didn't think that you were nervous at all. You know, it was like, look, let's just go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I mean, at this point, I'm really comfortable going to the bathroom, like in like 90% of places. Like if I'm in the middle of like bumfuck North Carolina, I'm still a little like, I don't know. I'm a little weirded out by it, but I'll still go usually.
yeah.
So, but yeah. It was very uncomfortable for like my first year and a half of transition because I was in transition and in a weird place where like I wasn't being read as a woman all the time and I wasn't being read as a man all the time. So it was very hard. I was like, well, I don't know what these people are seeing me as or where they want me to go to the bathroom, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, now thankfully I'm pretty comfortable just going to the men's bathroom, which by the way, usually much grosser than the women's bathroom.
Fuck
Usually
yeah. We're
so
men,
bad.
we are pigs.
It's
We are
disgusting.
fucking gross.
And there's usually, in most smaller bathrooms, there's usually only one stall. And in bigger bathrooms, there's two stalls. And I'm like, well, I get one or two options, and they're usually taken if it's busy, and it sucks. But anyway.
Yeah, men's bathrooms are fucking gross.
Yeah, there's pee everywhere.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So I feel for trans men who have to go to bathrooms in public because most cis men, many cis men are just fucking pigs. So
yeah. I downgraded on the bathroom. But
no, I've been to a lot of places where it's like the floor is entirely wet and it's just like, oh my God.
yeah.
So it's yikes. So I didn't even want to like think about if I had to go to the bathroom, like drop a deuce. It was like, no.
Yeah.
So don't sit down.
Play the squat game.
Yeah, pretty much gotta do the hover.
Yeah.
So yikes. I saw a picture of we're talking about the detective's corner here now, I guess, where a guy got filmed, a police officer, I think it was New York or Baltimore, one of the cities, kicked a handcuffed black dude in the head while he was laying on the ground. Just hauled off and kicked him right in the fucking face.
Because that's fucking necessary. Jeez.
It literally goes against like all of the rules. Let me relate a small story. We had this guy who we ended up having to fight him. This is when I was military police, right? And so it took like 5 of us to fucking get this guy down. We ended up having to hog tie this guy because this guy was strong. And so we handcuffed him and we used a belt. We didn't have leg cuffs. We didn't have the leg cuffs. So we used a belt and then used another belt to tie his feet to the handcuffs so he couldn't kick around and all that kind of stuff, right? So I was on this guy's left shoulder. And so my left leg I'm kind of squatting next to this guy. And he started struggling around. And I pivoted and dropped my right knee right underneath his shoulder blades onto his spine. And so about 170 pounds with about 60, 70 pounds worth of cop gear. And I came down right on his spine. And I felt his back crack when I came down on him. But all I did was like, I just rotated. Do you know what I'm saying? And dropped my knee. I was already kneeling. So it's not like I was already standing. I was squatting down. So I just rotated and dropped my knee. And he's like, ow, you son of a bitch. And he said he was going to kill my dog and all. I mean, I kid you not. The guy said he's going to kill my dog and kill my wife and all kinds of shit. And then when yeah, it was funny. And then when he stopped struggling, I got off his back. Because that's how you're supposed. My level of force all depended on your level of resistance. That's how you're supposed to do it. And the watch commander was standing right there, and he said, "Did you see that? You stopped struggling. He got off you. That's how this works." The guy on the video that I saw did he only looked like he was running his mouth. Do you know what I'm saying? It didn't look like he was struggling or jerking around or anything like that. And so this thin-skinned fucking cop kicks this motherfucker in the face. It's like, what the fuck is your problem? If you're that thin-skinned where you're going to take out violence because maybe he fought you before, but he's handcuffed, he's on the ground, and he's submissive, and you're going to kick him in the face, you're wrong. You're wrong. No other way to say it. You are wrong. That's assault.
Yeah.
So.
But he probably won't be punished for that at all.
One of the beautiful things that I love it, the cell phone. Everybody's got one. They've all got cameras and they've all got to take video. And so a lot of times shit doesn't get recorded and cops see shit, you know, when they see the camera phones come out and they see the cell phones come out, they're like, oh shit, I'm being recorded. They know they're fucking being recorded. At least they should be aware that they could be recorded. I just don't fucking get it, you know? Like, why do these guys fucking act like that? I don't know.
I don't know either. Like, if you're going to do that, maybe you should look into a different job.
Exactly. It's like, you know, have you seen these flags? It was like a while ago that these things were coming out where it's like the United States flag with the blue stripe.
Yeah, like for Blue Lives Matter and shit.
Exactly. Blue Lives Matter. That's ridiculous. There is no such thing as blue lives. You're a cop. It's not a lifestyle choice, although you can become incredibly insular in it. But it's a fucking job and a career. It's not a life. Being black, being Hispanic, being being a trans guy. Those are not choices. Those are just who you are. Do you know what I'm saying? So having a job as a policeman is it's a choice, not who you are.
And literally anyone can be a cop, a trans guy, a black guy, a Hispanic guy, anyone. So saying that Blue Lives Matter is just really stupid when you're fighting against Black Lives Matter, because there are black cops.
Exactly. And the whole thing about the Blue Lives Matter is that it's basically saying be silent because, because cops get killed. Yes, there was actually a Illinois state trooper who was hit today on the road and killed going to an accident. Some guy lost control and hit this police officer and killed him. It happens. I'm not saying cops don't have dangerous jobs. But because they do hold the power and the authority to sometimes take a life, that they do need to be held to the higher standard. And kicking a restrained, cooperating guy in the face is violating that. That's just my opinion on that.
I feel like, that's probably not just an opinion. I feel like that is probably a policy somewhere, like you were talking about. Like you were obviously taught a certain way to do things.
Yes.
So he broke a policy, a rule somehow, but he's probably not going to face much of anything for doing it.
Maybe not. It's still very early because this only happened earlier this week.
Yeah.
And it takes time. It's not a Law and Order episode when it's over in an hour or 2 hours.
I know that's another problem. Like, why does this shit take so much time? Like, it's just everything in like policies and laws and the government. Everything takes so much fucking time. Well, and sometimes that's good, but like sometimes you need to get shit through,
Yeah. Well, what happened with like Jason Van Dyke, the guy who shot Laquan McDonald 16 times? The reason why it took so long is because his lawyer kept trying to put it off and put it off and put it off, and then tried to have it moved from Chicago to the Quad Cities out by Iowa and Illinois. Like the bump of Illinois where it gets kind of fat in the middle. He wanted to move it out there because it's more conservative, that kind of stuff, because it's more country. So Chicago is pretty liberal, But if you get out of the city, if you get out of what we call the collar counties around Chicago, you drive 2 hours and it's pretty conservative until you get to cities again, especially with like the universities like Champaign Urbana's got U of I and that kind of stuff. So those are pretty liberal because of the college professors and stuff.
Yeah.
So so what today's Sunday, the 13th of January, 2019, and is the government still partially shut down?
Yeah.
And what was it? I think it was like right before Christmas. Trump was saying that it was going to be all the Democrats, that he was going to take responsibility for it. I'm going to shut down the government and it's all my fault. I won't even blame you guys. And the Democrats, since the Democrats took over, got sworn in, they've put all these bills on the floor to reopen the government. They first did a big one and then they started doing it one agency at a time. And so, but of course, the Republicans won't do it, although there have been several who've crossed over and voted with the Democrats. But the president is still holding still, saying, no, we're blaming this on the Democrats. Well, he just said the month before that it's his responsibility. And like he contradicted himself in tweets saying, we need the money for the wall. But then like an hour later, he tweeted that, oh, Border Patrol has stopped so many people from getting in and they're doing a great job. So that means we don't need the wall then, which is it? Because you just literally contradicted yourself. And the Rio Grande, for the most part, is the border in Texas, the Rio Grande River.
Yeah.
And so if he was to build the wall, he'd be building it on private property unless he wants to do some stuff like, what is that, where the government takes over private property, buys eminent domain. Unless he wants to do some eminent domain, and then he's going to possibly kill off it's like over 100 species that are considered endangered. It would go right over through their lands, and I mean, it's literally the stupidest thing ever. And
yeah.
So
why the fuck does he need a wall? Like, how small is his dick that he needs to build a wall?
He wants something that he can call his. He wants some kind of legacy other than his whole entire thing being literally one catastrophe after another, one scandal after another. Every day it's another scandal and a bigger one after bigger one after bigger one. And it's just like any one of his scandals on any day could be like literally the low light of any other president's career.
Yeah.
And so, like President Clinton had 3 affairs that came to light. Do you know what I'm saying? Like 3 major ones that came to light. And he had to fight hard to stay in the presidency, especially that second one, the second term. I mean, we're talking about, you could honestly say you could make a well-argumented and reasoned case for treason against the president of the United States.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. And that alone should have been the death of him. Do you know what I'm saying? Should have been his political death.
Yeah.
And he's still fighting.
It's fascinating how he's still in office, but.
So he came, I guess, about a rat's ass to declaring a national emergency in his address from the Oval Office. And then it turns out that all the money that was supposed to get donated for the wall went to his reelection campaign fund.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. And now they're supposed to be giving that money back. It was like $5 million. So people were, there's a couple of large donors, but most of the donors were $50 and under. Yeah. So that's a lot of people who sent in $50 or less. So there's a lot of stupid people out there, or a lot of deluded.
A lot of uneducated, I would hope, but
yeah. So yeah, that's a thing. And so now he's talking about possibly declaring a national emergency and taking money away from national emergencies and disasters, and then making the military, the Army Corps of Engineers, and the CB units and all that kind of stuff, the construction battalions and all that kind of stuff, build the wall for him.
Wow.
That's illegal. Unlike, yeah, I'm sure that arguments can be made, but as I read the law, I don't see it. And then forcing the military to do it too. What the fuck? That's not the military's job to build those kind of projects.
Yeah.
You know, that's not the Army Corps of Engineers. That's not their job.
I think people could argue that it was, I guess, because it's supposed to be a defense or something. I don't know.
It's not national defense. That's civil, and that's different.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's not a military necessity.
Well, I don't think it's a necessity to
period.
At all,
no, of course
but
not. Of course not. It's not a military necessity, period. It's not even a civilian. It's not even a civil necessity. It's just not fucking necessary at all in the slightest.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it.
That's tough. I don't know. I hope that somehow we just don't build the wall and we move on.
What do you think about, I forgot who it was, one of the new freshman representatives who said, we're going to impeach the motherfucker?
Oh, yeah. I saw that Samuel L. Jackson said that was a good use of motherfucker.
Yeah, I thought it was great too. But then you've got a lot of these Trump supporters who then when said, oh, well, she called the president a motherfucker, she should be censored. Really? Did that literally just come out of your fucking mouth? That she should be censored because she called the president a motherfucker? This is the same president who they talked about who mocked a disabled reporter. I don't know, with doing the fucking arm thing. And then
said grab him by the pussy and all that other bullshit.
All that other bullshit. And then they're pissed off because they were saying, oh, suck it up, Buttercup. Don't be such a snowflake. And then they fucking snowflaked out because she said we're going to impeach the motherfucker. Yeah, no. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth there. You're double standarding.
Yeah, well, they're the biggest snowflakes.
It is, and it's pretty par for the course, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, did you really expect any different, Eric?
No. I don't know what I expect at this point. I just want it to be over.
Yeah, pretty much. What was it? I saw somebody posted a meme, said something like, can we just fast forward to the part where they get to how many years they get in prison?
Yeah. The only time I want to even hear about Trump is on Saturday Night Live.
Pretty much. And it's funny how butthurt he gets about Saturday Night Live. And it's like, has he never watched Saturday Night Live before? They've roasted every president.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching Saturday Night Live since the late 70s. And they've roasted literally every president.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. That's political comedy. So, and of course, Colbert has been going off the fucking chain too. I love Colbert. He's so great.
He's the best. I haven't been keeping up with him, but he's really funny.
He's back. I think he's back again after the holiday break. So.
Maybe if we actually wrote stuff for the show, we could be like Colbert.
Maybe. Writing? Preparation?
H?
What?
Sorry.
What's H? What were you saying?
Preparation H.
Speaking of preparation H, we're actually got a couple of guests lined up for the rest of the month.
Okay.
So we're supposed to have some guests for the next couple of weeks. So you won't be just listening to just us. You'll have other voices here.
You'll have other voices in your head.
To join the ones that are already there. But anyway, so Eric, you wanna do the game? Is it time?
It's time.
Okay.
What am I playing to win? I want to win something. What can I win?
Let's see. You're never gonna win my respect.
Shit.
You have my love, but yeah. So whatever. So what do you want to win?
I don't know.
You can play me in Destiny, and I might actually let you do things.
Fuck off. Oh yeah, I did get an Xbox in case anyone that listens wants to play with me on an Xbox. Moving on.
Send us if you want to play. Just send us a message, and we'll tell you our Xbox Live handles.
And you can handle me.
This
isn't working. People that listen to this show are not interested in me. I don't know.
Oh,
I know.
Well, you were on the Ginger Snaps podcast. I think we mentioned that.
Oh yeah, I was on the Ginger Snaps podcast. I don't know when they're releasing that to the public. Probably before I put this out as podcast form. So, because this will be up in 2 weeks or so. Because we have 2 more I gotta get out first.
Okay.
Anyway, let's play the fucking game.
No trumps. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is there are 2 quotes, and I'm going to read them in my version of a Trump voice, and Eric gets to try to tell which one is Trump or not.
Oh, God.
Number 1. We literally have never had an argument. Forget about the word fight. We never even had an argument. That was number 1. Okay. Number 2, solutions are not an answer.
That was short. The first one
is who?
Trump.
First one is Trump. Yes, it is. First one is Trump. The second one, Richard Nixon.
Solutions are not an answer.
Yeah. Isn't that by definition solution? Isn't that like definitionally the answer?
Jesus. Everybody's smart.
I'm such a smart man. Okay. Quote number 1, card 2. A man is not finished when he is defeated. He is finished when he quits.
That's not Trump.
Number 2. There are 2 people. I categorize them as life's losers. They get their sense of accomplishment and achievement from trying to stop others.
That one's Trump.
That one is Trump. The first one, Richard Nixon.
Oh, Nixon again. All these trees.
Tricky Dick is back. Okay, so can we go 3 for 3?
We'll see.
Okay, number 1. It is very important that people aspire to be successful. The only way you can do it is if you look at somebody who is. That's number 1. Number 2, always give your best. Never get discouraged. Never be pretty. Never be petty. Always remember, others may hate you, but those who hate you don't win.
Oh.
Marble is attacking my foot.
Can you read the first one again?
Number 1. It is very important that people aspire to be successful. The only way you can do it is if you look at somebody who is.
Shit. I think both of them sound like Trump now. I'm struggling. Damn. I'm gonna go with number 1.
Number 1, you say is Trump?
Yeah.
You are 3 for 3.
Yes.
You are 3 for 3. You got the hat trick. The second one, Tricky Dick is back. Richard Nixon.
They do sound kind of similar, but Trump just sounds stupider.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Am I the only one who wants to actually find out what Trump's grades are like?
He probably, maybe he didn't even graduate. It was, I'm sure it was paid for.
Graduated, but I think his dad probably like gave the professors like a butt ton of money just to pass his son.
Probably.
So, is that a cactus on your head, or are you just happy to see us?
Both. Shit. This is way too girthy though.
Yeah.
Very good ridges though. I'm sure it'd be super exciting.
So did we mention our $5 patron, Trevor? Anyways, I just did.
Let's mention all our patrons because I like doing that.
Okay. So Trevor and then Molly are number 1 and number 2 patrons. It could be either way.
Go Molly.
Go Molly, go Trevor.
Go Trevor. We appreciate you. And then our other patrons we appreciate also.
Marius Buchakowski.
Thank you for saying that one. I couldn't say it.
I hope I say his name correctly.
I think you do a pretty good job, but I can't talk. I'm just so moved right now by all our patrons. Also, thank you, Alan Marks and Drabble Geek. And also, thanks to our previous patrons that I understand had to stop because money's an issue, but it's okay. We appreciate all of you. And thanks to just people that listen and follow us. You don't have to pay us. We still love you.
Yeah, we do.
But honestly, paying us helps.
We're amazed that people listen. We really are. So,
yeah. And if you want this show to be better, just tell us what you want.
Yeah. Communicate with us.
That's the only way to have a good relationship. And right now we don't have much of a relationship.
So, anyways,
oh, did you hear the new intro, Matthew?
I did hear the new intro. It's a lot shorter and honestly, it's pretty good too. And I like that you talk about our tattooed asses.
I do too. I thought of that right in the moment when I was recording and I was like, I love it. So yeah, tattooed asses forever.
And I think I'm going to mention that to any other podcast hosts that come on. Do you have your podcast tattooed on your ass? We do.
So where's your podcast brand? Mine's on my ass.
Mine's on my ass.
We're the best. Anyway, we're just asses.
We are literally just asses. So at some point, like, because I was listening to a book about evolution, that when we were forming in utero, that the first orifice to open is the anal orifice. So at some point, we are all literally just an asshole.
I love it.
There's the science to go for today.
Sweet.
All right. Thanks for that. Here's your science for today. And now for that, calling everybody an asshole, we're going to sign off. So this is Matthew, and for Eric, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.